Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Mr. Movid and dear friends who are always attentive. We from Group 5 will present the result of our discussion. Before that, let me uh, let me introduce ourselves. Indah.
Hello, my name is Yuninda Wulandari and my last study number 069.
My name is Saskia Khilila Chehani and my last study number 154.
My name is Amelia Nurhayati with class data number 165.
My name Bagus Farhan Hakiki with last number 174.
Okay, first, the meaning of disease intensity. Disease intensity is proportion of plant area damage or affected by disease symptoms due to pathogen attack in one plant, such as fungi, virus, and bacteria. Disease intensity can also be interpreted as a measure of the severity of plant damage by a disease, either in a population or individual plants. The severity of the disease can be classified into three main criteria, namely disease incidence, disease severity, and crop loss. It is very important for us to know how severe the disease intensity is in a planting area and to determine the level of crop attack in the population. Next. Okay, environmental factor disease intensity. There are 6 factors. First, about humidity. The sources of this moisture comes from rain, irrigation, and also relative humidity. Humidity greatly influences the emergence of plant disease because pathogens generally require a certain layer of water or humidity to be able to infect or penetrate their house. So, that high humidity can cause houseplants to become succulent and susceptible to pathogens. And number 2 is temperature. Temperature can cause disease in plants because it has 3 properties, namely minimum, optimum, and maximum temperatures. Temperatures that are too humid will cause plants to be easily attacked by disease because bacteria, virus, host, and algae can grow rapidly in very cold or humid temperatures. And next, wine. Wine can spread pathogens and accelerate the drying of wet plant surface. In addition, it causes wounds on plant parts and this becomes an entry point for virus and bacteria. And then intensity of the sun. If the intensity of the sun is high, it causes low air humidity, making it difficult for pathogens to grow because the air humidity is not suitable. Conversely, if the intensity of the sun is low, the humidity is high, causing pathogens to develop rapidly because the surrounding conditions for them to develop. Pathogens that develop most rapidly with high humidity, such as bacteria, fungi, virus, and so on. And then soil. In like textures, soils, it will be easier for nematodes to move from one plant to another, thus helping the spread of pathogens. In heavy texture soils, water will be more easily retained by the soils and will cause the houseplant to become succulent, thus becoming more susceptible to pathogens. And and then nutrient. In general, plants that receive balanced nutrients in amounts that meet their needs will be stronger against pathogens attacks. Next.
Okay, the next is type of measurement method. The first is scoring. The infestation class or scoring method use a division of class or scores. The assessment depends on how much percent of the leaf surface is attacked by spotting and then given a score according to the interval of the attack class value. The first is a scoring method. For example, is there is some damage on the leaves. The calculation is done by giving a number 1 to 5, where the bigger the number given, the greater the damage. Okay, next. Okay, the second is AUDPC, area under the disease progress curve, a parameter to measure disease progression over time. This method calculates the area under the disease progression curve, which describe the severity of the disease over time. AUDPC is used to compare plant resistance to disease or the effectiveness of disease control. In this diagram, the vertical lines represent day-to-day developments, while the horizontal lines show how big the impact is from day-to-day observation. From this diagram, we can find out whether there is an increase or decrease so that we can determine appropriate control. Okay, next. Okay, the third is sampling pattern. The plant disease sampling pattern are methods of taking sample from a plant population to detect, measure, and map the spread of disease in an area or agricultural field. The main goal is to obtain accurate information about the presence and severity of disease without having to examine every plant in the area. Agricultural expert or research can decide on appropriate and efficient disease control measure. Some common sampling patterns used in plant disease observation include random sampling, systematic sampling. Sampling is carried out by following a curtain pattern. For example, every curtain distance, every 5 meters, or every 10 plants. Diagonal sampling. Sampling is done by following a diagonal pattern across the field. Zigzag sampling. This method involves taking samples along zigzag path in the field. Okay, next.
Okay, the next topic is disease intensity control strategy. In the first is planting distance. So planting spatial rotation crop with non-host plants and planting simultaneously can reduce the intensity of disease attack. And the second is planting resistant varieties. So plant varieties that are resistant to pests can control population therapy, preventing the spread of the disease they carry. For example, aphids that carry virus can be prevented by planting varieties that are resistant to aphid infestation, thus minimizing the transmission of viral diseases. So the third is proper irrigation and drainage. Good water management on farm helps to reduce stagnant water, which is a potential breeding ground for plant disease vectors. And then controlling factors. So controlling factor is introducing natural predators that feed on or infect vector can be an effective way to control vector population without the use of chemicals. And the last is pesticide. Natural pesticides made from plant materials such as neem or garlic extract are also effective for controlling insect vector and are more environmentally friendly. Next.
Okay, the next is case study about disease intensity. Journal title is Intensity and Incidence of Pest Disease Attack on Rice Plants in Enggal Rejo Village, Air Salek Subdistrict by Wagianti, Herman Hamilton, and Swandi from Journal of Global Sustainable Agriculture, Vol. 2 and number 2, 2024. The introduction from the journal is Enggal Rejo Village, Air Salek District, Banyu Asin Regency, South Sumatra is one of the rice production centers. In rice cultivation efforts, there are problems or obstacles due to pest and disease attacks. So it is necessary to conduct a basic study on the intensity and incidency of attacks in determining effective and efficient control method for farmers in particular and the surrounding community in general.
Okay, observation method. In the journal, the observation method was carried out diagonally at the sample location, namely at each corner and the center of the rice planting area sample sublocation, where each sublocation consists of 10 clumps of rice randomly selected and marked as observation object. The calculation of intensity and incidency of attack pests and disease using the formulas absolute and non-absolute. Percentage of attack the categorized based on table 1. The incidence percentage is categorized based on table 2. Next.
Okay, the next is results and discussion for the journal. Based on the results of research that has been conducted in the rice field of Enggal Rejo Village, Air Salek District, Banyuasin Regency with a rice field area of 1 hectare, where observation began when the plants were 21 days old after spreading, or the vegetative phase until the plants were 109 days old after spreading. The main pests and diseases were found. Generative phases of rice plants. In the vegetative phase, the attack is known as dead hearts, which is characterized by the death of the growing points of young plants. In the generation phase, the attack is called whiteheads, which is the death of the rice panicles with visible with pest grains. Table 3 shows the incidence value of rice temporal attacks on rice plants when they are 0 until 18.5 days after spreading did not show any symptoms of rice temporal attacks. This is due to the application of contact patient and insecticide with the active ingredient Dimepio, which is routinely carried out by farmers. However, when the plants were uh, 19 to days after spreading, 198 days after spreading, and 109 after spreading. Symptoms of rice temporal attacks began to be found. The recorded attack rate was 13%, which is categorized as a light attack. Overall, the application of Temibio insecticide is quite effective in preventing rice temporer attacks at the beginning of plant growth up to 5 days after spreading. The next is leaf rot. Symptoms of leaf rot disease occur on the upper left seeds, which can cover the young panicles that have just emerged at the end of the pregnancy phase. The initial symptoms are marked by round, elongated to irregular spots that the length of the symptom cause in is 0.5 to 1.5 centimeter, gray in the middle and brown of grayish brown of the edges. Based on table 4, is now that the result of the observation of the level of leaf root attack did not occur at the age of 21 to 92 days after spreading, with an attack rate of 0%. It is said that 0% attack of rice plants is often applied with the systemic fungicide. And the next is panicle and leaf blast disease. Observation results show symptoms of attack in the form of brown spots that are elliptical in shape with slightly pointed edges like diamond-shaped diamonds. The spot that develop will have brown edges, and in the middle there are grayish white spots on the rice leaves. And in table 5 shows that leaf blast disease attacks have been seen when the plants are in the vegetative to generative phase. The highest attack intensity reached 36% of the average number of all observation plots. The attack category is still mild to moderate. From the table 6, that the result of the observation that have been carried out on the level of panicle blast disease attack or broken necks are seen when the plants are in the generative phase of the flowering stage to harvest, namely when the plants are uh, 19 days after planting with an average attack rate of 25%. 98 days after planting with an attack rate of 13%, and 109 days after planting at 25.8% with a moderate attack category.
Okay, that was our presentation. If any question, feel free to ask in the comment sections. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.